Hey, welcome back, friends. If you enjoying the friends, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Today I do have 100 hard reward caskets. Very nice there. I'm gonna open all these up in one go. So hopefully you guys are all gonna enjoy that. I do want to go ahead and show you my treasure trail collection log really quick beforehand. I do have 33 of the general rewards. I do not believe I have any of the hard yet. Oh. Looks like I do have 2 of the random room plate skirts. I'm not exactly sure when I did these because it didn't show up as having any hard clues at all, even on the list. But for some reason I do have 2 of these rewards, so let's see how many I get by the end. Oh my gosh. I just got third age range top. that, that was unexpected. Okay, cool. So apparently I'm going to be making some decent money from these reward caskets. Nice. Cool. Yeah, let's not re-roll that one. Before I show you guys the final loot, I do want to just talk really quickly about how long it did take me to collect all 100 of these caskets. So collecting, it did take me a decent amount of time. It took me about probably between 10 and 15 hours. It's kind of hard to know because I wasn't really keeping track to get all these hard clues. That being said, I only collected 25 of them in an efficient manner. I only did 25 from Hellhounds, which are an extremely fast way of getting it. If you were to collect 100 from Hellhounds, it would only take you about 7 hours. So that's what I'm going to be using the calculations if you're doing Hellhounds. I personally did Prifindus Thieving because I was going for elites and I was just getting hards as a side effect. But if you were just trying to farm these up as quickly as possible, about 7 hours to collect that many clues. And I did about 9 per hour once I got in the groove of it, so it's about 11 hours of actually doing clues. Obviously there's a little bit of a learning curve there, so you probably took me more like 12 or 13. But now that I've gotten proficient with it, it should only take you about 11, so about 18 hours total to get all of these rewards. But here they are. So I do have a decent amount of teleport tablets right here. I obviously do have the lumberyard and the lighthouse already in my bank, so I use a decent amount of them while doing the clue scroll, so I'm just kind of writing them off as a net, I guess, even. All those teleport scrolls, they're all getting used as quickly as I'm collecting them from these treasure trails, so I'm not really worried too much about the cost of those. These right here, yeah, apparently these are worth a lot of money. The puzzle skipping tickets and the costume skipping tickets, if I do an exam really quick, The puzzle skipping is like 600,000. The costume skipping is like 370,000. That is absolutely insane. I have 35 of these. I don't think these are going to be going for that price unless if a lot of people are using them. But honestly, the puzzles and the costumes are not really that hard. So I'd be very surprised if people actually bought them for as high of a price as the GE standard price. Obviously do get a lot of rune items. This is just kind of the basic alchable items that you would expect to get from them. I do also want to mention the Mystic Battle Staves. These all are just random alks that they just throw in there so that it has some GP in there. Very nice. I think they actually did rework it a little bit. I saw maybe 5 or 6 different clues that were under 100,000. But because they add Mystic Staves and all these rune items, I'm pretty sure the majority of the clue scrolls that I had were over 100,000 GP. And now we're getting into the fortunate components. I didn't actually add up all the fortune components. If you'd like to, you can do it yourself. But I do have 16 U composite bows and 16 magic composite bows. That right there is 32 fortunate components. I'm pretty sure, at least to me, fortune components are worth at least 300,000 to 400,000 GP. If I try to sell them for 300,000 and they don't instant sell, I'm just gonna put $300,000 or 300,000 GP into my money pouch, because honestly, that's how much fortune components are worth to me to make the Luck of the Dwarves rings. Amulet of Fury, that's a pretty decent price on that as well, a little bit over 1 million GP. A lot of rune helms. I have 5 different rune helms. These should all be fortunate components. I'm pretty sure they are. I do have 2 rune plate bodies, an H3 and a trimmed. I guess that's what the T stands for. Trimmed. Rune plate legs. I have an assortment of rune plate legs. There's 6 of them here, as well as a duplicate on. Oh, actually, it's only 5 rune plate legs. These are dragon hide chaps. Messed that up a little bit. But 5 different rune plate legs, so very nice there. 5 more fortune components. I have 2 blue dragon hide chaps, 2 rune shield H4s, and 2 H1s. Also do have 3 enchanted items, 2 tops and a hat. A blue dragon hide body trimmed, Zamorak chaps, 2 Guthix croziers, an armadillo miter, 2 ancient cloaks, green dragon mask, black cavalier. So a lot of fortunate components. I do want to slow down right here. I got a 3rd age item. I'm so stoked for this. I'm sure I already showed you the clip, but I need to examine this again. This is absolutely insane. 38.5 million GP. I was not expecting this at all from 100 caskets. I think it's like 1 in 15, 1 in 2,000, something like that. 1,500 I meant. But yeah, it's very rare getting it in 100 caskets. Extremely rare. Extremely excited about this. It's definitely nice to go towards my log. But I do have some other items. Rune plate skirts. I guess that rune plate skirts are not fortunate components because they're only going for about 30,000 GP a piece. But we'll see that as soon as I try to sell them if they go for a lot more expensive. Guido's bonfire in a bottle. I think this is actually one of the new rewards. I got 4 of them in one casket. Seems like they're going for about 8,000 GP. I think it's just like a bonfire that you can just set down anywhere. You don't need logs. I don't see the purpose of these, but maybe somebody's actually buying them. Ancient pages, I got 3 different ancient pages, so that's very nice. 1, 2, and 3. If I was an Iron Man, this would be absolutely ecstatic about this, but honestly, ancient pages are the cheapest ones. They're going for like 100, 200,000 GP. It's kind of unfortunate to get this many of a bad page, but oh well. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 different page drops. Got a Gothic page 1, Armadillo page 1, and a Ceradomin page 2. Already did mention the Alks. Got some God Arrows, Black Dragon Hides, Mahogany Planks, Purple Sweets, and a bunch of other junk drops. As I always do, I will go ahead and sell all of this loot. That way you can actually get an actual price on it. It may take me a couple minutes to sell all this because I don't want to drop the 3rd aid range top too much in price because I don't know what the ranges are on them. I might have to do a little bit of investigating. But as soon as I get this all sold, I will tell you as much as I made from all this. I'm expecting it to go up to pretty close to 100,000 GP, honestly, just because of this third age range top. But we'll go ahead and just kind of see how much I got. Go ahead and deposit my coin pouch and get back to you as soon as I sell everything. Okay, so we are coming in with the final amount of money that I made here. I do have 53.5 million GP in my money pouch. This is going to be the amount of money that you actually collect from, on average, I would say, the amount of money you should expect. I do have the third age range top here. I put it in for just under 30 mil, and let's go ahead and see how much it sold for. Just over 30 mil. So yeah, that's not a bad price for it. Obviously, if I were to not try to instant sell it, I'd imagine I'd go for a lot higher price. You could probably get like 35 mil for it or something. But 30 mil, not too bad. Just one clue got me 30 million GP. Obviously, that's 1 in 100 or 1 in like 2,000 usually. But nice to get that loot. Didn't quite get to the 100 million mark. I got to 83 mil. I do want to add a couple of stats that I figured out along the way. First off, I did get 7 master clues in the 18 hours that it took me to complete this. Got 6 million GP in the basic loot. If you are taking into consideration just the loot, not including the third aid range top, that is going to be just shy of 3 million GP per hour. It's 2.94 million GP per hour. If you are taking into account the fact that you do sometimes get lucky and get random loots like the third age range top, that makes it all the way up to 4.6 million GP per hour. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit inconsistent. You'd have to have a little bit more than 100 clue scrolls to actually figure out the actual GP per hour. But 4.6 million GP per hour does not seem that bad to me. And if you take into account that you do actually have to spend time collecting these clue scrolls, that you may not actually have to spend time collecting them if you happen to be bossing and you happen to be getting these clue scrolls anyway. If you take out the amount of time that it would take just to collect all this, you get up to like 5-6 million GP per hour. So actually doing these clue scrolls is not that inefficient. It's obviously not going to be as good as doing Telos or something like that, but you always get the chance at getting really lucky and getting something like a blood dye or something like that. I do want to just show you my treasure trail so that you could see how far I've gotten. I got up to 46 out of 68 of the general clues. Definitely did help to get a lot of these skipping tickets. Got me a decent amount, as well as just filling out the pages that I have a little bit more. Just waiting on one ancient page to actually get all of the loots for an ancient book. Let's go to hard clue rewards. I am up to 28. I do want to mention I did figure out how I had 2 of these, even though I didn't do any hard clue scrolls yet. The giant oyster. I got 2 rune plate leg items that were in here, and they're both from the giant oyster. Apparently, if you get them from the giant oyster, it does add them to your list. But besides all that, all of these are actually obtained from these 100 caskets. Did get 1 cavalier, obviously, and you guys have already seen all this loot. I just want to show you that I did indeed get a third age range top. Oh, still stoked about that. That's going to be one of the highlight moments. I know they're not worth a whole lot of GP in the long scheme of things, but it's so nice to get one of the super rare drops. I was hoping for a dye, and getting a third age is even better than a dye. So, yeah, I can't be disappointed by this, even if it wasn't the best money in the world. It still got me 83 mil, so can't complain at all about that. That being said, in my opinion, I don't think these are worth farming for. I do plan on still doing hard clues whenever I get up to like 20 hard clues or something like that. They're actually pretty enjoyable to do. Just spend in 2-3 hours and finish up a stack of 20-25. Now that I've gotten pretty good at them and I started using the Alt 1 toolkit, it makes it a lot easier just to do all those puzzles. Also makes it you don't have to spend money on stupid puzzle skipping tickets that are like 600,000 GP or something insane like that. But all in all, can't complain. Pretty good money, and honestly got really lucky with one of the caskets. If you do enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love it if you leave a like and a comment as well. As always though, have a good one.